If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
A lot of people getting in some last week vacations and getting school gear ready to go for the start of school in a couple of weeks, but it's all hands on deck for the Sylacauga Athletic Department and Sylacauga High School football. And joining us this morning is Matt Griffith, the AD and head football coach. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us this
you.
morning, and
Right.
You out of the chute early this morning.
Well, it usually starts this way. I'm usually up around 5:30 and up at the field house close to 5:45 to 6 o'clock, and it's a busy day today. I mean, we've got our workouts at 8:30. We've got media day at 12. We've got a 7-on-7 back at the stadium at 4:30, and that just about finishes it up for camp.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a workout Monday, and then next Tuesday night in the stadium, we'll open the stadium up and we'll do our combine night. And it's kind of like a little NFL combine where you can watch us time our kids on the 40 and the pro shuttle and the vertical jump and all kind of stuff right there. So, and then that will finish up, and we'll give them the rest of the week off, and it's here.
Yeah. Organized Team Activity, OTA, was held here at the stadium yesterday, and I think you said B.B. Comer put that on. What was that about?
Well, the OTA started about 2 to 3 years ago. The state allows you, instead of just 7-on-7, which is basically touch football with helmets on, and you run your pass plays versus DBs, they let you do an OTA, which incorporates their linemen. You're allowed to go 11-on-11 with just helmets on, and it's very controlled because you don't have pads on. But we've always shied away from them. You're always worried about getting a lineman hurt and those things. But I tell you, Comer put it on. He invited us. We came. Montgomery Catholic came. Shelby County came, and it was good.
What are you trying to glean out of that?
What I gleaned is to be able to shift and move and run your offensive snaps versus a defense that's already lined up. And it allowed our defense to move and adjust to formations. And plus, you got all these 7-on-7s, and your skill guys get to compete against other schools. And your poor linemen are working out and running and don't do anything. So it allowed those linemen to go one-on-one against another kid in another school. And that just kind of makes it fun for the kids.
Yeah. How many years? 15?
This is my 15th year as the head football coach. It is.
And
it didn't hit me till there was my wife, which I'm not a Facebook guy and social media guy, she posted a picture of when my oldest daughter, Ren, was about 3 or 4 and she's in my arms. And then a picture of me, I think I just put a shelf together in her new classroom at Indian Valley. So she'll be an elementary teacher this fall, and it just kind of flies by.
Less gray hair then?
I don't think I had a gray hair in the first picture.
That's what you get for coaching, man.
Yeah, now I don't have a brown hair, I don't think.
The Talladega County Coaches Media Day is later on today up in Talladega at First Bank of Alabama, and we'll be there to cover that for you. Sylacauga and Coach Griffith at noon today. What about your early thoughts of this Sylacauga Aggie football team? Playoff contenders every year, and this is another year where, fans, we have high expectations
Sure.
every time.
Yeah, and we do too. We do too, especially coming out of spring. We thought we had an excellent spring. Just getting to 8 or 9 days in, we thought we played very well against Briarwood offensively and defensively. We're excited because we're so much bigger up front than we have been in the past.
That's been an issue for a long time.
It's always an issue. People talk about, why do we run what we run and what are we doing? But the point is, you can't zone step and do all these things when you're not very big up front. And the average kid that we play with is about 190, 195 pounds up front. We've got about 4 or 5 very good, big athletic kids. We're playing kids on both sides of the football this year, and then trying to rest them on one side or the other with quality backups. And, we're excited. We've got 2 good running backs and 2 good backup running backs in the backfield. We have a very intelligent, quick-footed quarterback that's thrown a very good ball all summer. He knows the offense backwards and forwards, and that's got us excited. Now, we worry like every coach. You worry about one injury and not having depth. and we don't have some depth at some key positions. But that's everybody. Everybody in the state worries about that, so we're not alone. And so we have high expectations. Now, look, you're in one of the toughest regions in the state. There are 4 to 5 teams at any time can be 1, 2, 3, or 4. And that's and so. That's just the way it is. That's a good football region that we're in. Good football's played, good coaching. So, let's kick it off and find out.
Hey, you have to win.
You have to win. That's just the way it is.
Talk a little bit more in depth about the Aggie backfield this fall.
Well, I mean, we really hit on, we had an outstanding freshman that we were bringing along slow last year in Malik Pope. And we know he had been an outstanding running back and safety in the 8th grade. We brought him up 9th grade. He was our starting strong safety. But I had talked to Coach Blackman. I talked to a lot of guys that had coached a outstanding running back at an early age. And he said, just bring him along slow. If you throw him too much in there, he said, even Galinsky, if everybody remembers Galinsky, he said Galinsky wasn't ready as a 9th grader either. So we brought him along slow. We got to the end of the year and we got to that Montford game, and I said, you know what? I about had enough of what I'm seeing, and I said, if we're going to get beat, I'm getting beat with him in the backfield. Well, then he just launched. And I think we did the right thing, and he had an outstanding spring. And he adds to Jordan Ridgway, who's an outstanding baseball player for us as well. And with those two in the backfield, along with Journey Stockdale and then Caleb Burns, who did not play last year but was an outstanding football player in the 9th grade, has come back out. And there's some depth there that we've not had in the past. And so we're very excited. That, and with a quarterback that has just been totally ingrained in this offense since he was in 7th grade. And you're talking about a very, very intelligent kid that knows what we're looking for, and that's made a huge difference in us this spring training.
Yeah, and you spot these kids early on.
Sure. All the way down.
Yeah.
All the way down.
And that's an outstanding thing as well, to be able to make sure that you got your hand on the pulse of those younger guys.
Right.
Coaches Media Day today at noon. Coach Matt Griffith, he will be there, and he'll have some of his players there with him today, I think. J.D. Deloach, Taylor Strickland, and Darren McElrath. Talk about a couple of these guys.
Well, Taylor and Darian are two of the linemen that we're talking about. Taylor was both of those guys were the 2-3 techniques or one technique in our defense last year. Taylor has switched to, he will be playing some defense. He'll be playing left guard. He made the difference late in the years. We started slowly playing kids both ways. Darian's an outstanding kid, very physical, 285, about 6'2.5", 6'3". Big kid, big athletic kid, plays well. And you'll even see him. He's so athletic that I use him some as a tight end in short yardage situations. Just because he's so athletic and he's such a big kid. So, and then of course JD, and we could have easily added to that. I wish they'd let us bring more than 2 to 3. Chase Ivy at Mike linebackers just had an outstanding spring, outstanding summer. Gabe Cox at corner, who they're all seniors, but Dontarius Ware, who's just a junior. Very good summer, very good spring. We've got a lot of good football players right now. It's just getting them to the first game. Let's get what we got to get done in fall camp. Let's stay healthy, and let's kick it off against Leeds.
All right, Matt Griffith, the head football coach at Sylacauga High School, also the athletic director. I say also, he is the athletic director at Sylacauga High School, and there's coaches coming and going almost every year that you have to be a part of helping fill those positions.
Well, one of the reasons we do what we do in the summer and how we do it is from 8:30 to 10:30. 3 days a week is nothing but football kids, football in the weight room, football outside. But I'll be honest with you, the most of my summer and after fall and after football season over, the AD dominates what you do for a living. I mean, I don't think people, we finish spring training and everybody in the community thinks, well, we got to hire a basketball coach, and it was the priority. That was a very important job. There was a lot of people involved trying to make that happen. But they don't understand there were 8 more coaching vacancies, which just wore me in the high school and the middle school principal out trying. We still haven't filled all of them. We've got it down, I think, to 2 open now that I think we can live with. But those dominate you as you try to make your athletic department. And those sports want quality coaches as well. It's not just about the big 3 or the big 4 or whatever you want to say. You know, you're trying to fill quality assistants for a head softball. You know, you got a head softball coach. It wants a quality assistant. He wants a quality middle school's head coach. He wants this. You've got baseball that's got to be filled. You've got this. So if you don't have a lot of teaching openings, and normally we do not, that makes it even more tough because you have to fit. You may have a great middle school softball opening and a person, and all you've got's an English opening. Well, he can't teach English. He's PE, and so now you can't hire him. You got to move to the next one. So, you've got to fit it with that teaching slot. And it gets difficult because I think the average person watches TV and just thinks we can hire who we want to hire. And it just doesn't work that way.
No doubt about it. Coach Matt Griffith spending a few minutes with us this morning. Coach, always a pleasure, and good luck in fall camp. And by the way, a week from Saturday.
I think it's August. Is it August 3rd?
I think so. You got the children and youth coming in over there.
Yeah, we're going to run Mr. Masters and me got together. We're going to try to put about a 2.5 hour. Kid gets a free
$20 or so. I think
$20. He gets a free youth, camp Sylacauga T-shirt. We're going to run them through drills and just things. And we're going to take every kid and teach him every position. Is what we're going to do, because at that age you really don't know, and it's good. Those poor. If a kid's a heavy set kid, he's always a lineman. Well, he's going to learn how to throw a football too. We're going to do station work, and it's going to be really fun for about 2.5 hours at the stadium. We're just going to run a little youth football camp, and our coaches are real excited about it.
Now, how do they get plugged into that?
Go through the rec and Steve Masters. It's all going through the rec, and then we're going to run the camp. And so please see Steve Masters at the rec center.
All right, Coach Matt Griffith, our guest this morning. Coach, good luck and busy day today. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank y'all.
Coach Matt Griffith, the head football coach and athletic director at Sylacauga High School. Back with more after this.